Alright, so I got some stuff today. I actually already opened it up, but anyway, the guy had bought some stuff last year and couldn't return it on Amazon. Got rid of his RV, and so we got it for a pretty good deal. So um, I've already pulled out the stuff on one of them and then just put the other one in there. But let me just pull this out again so I have it separated. Okay. And this had never been opened until today. So, and the guy showed me that he purchased it on Amazon last year, so it's good to go. If there's a warranty issue, I should be able to do something. So this is for they call the product model on here the HF2430U60 to 100. What it actually is called is the pow-lvm3.0k-24v, and they give you these screws and clips in the manual. They give you this inspection and testing report, and I never got this when I bought my MPP Solar HV-LV2424. So this is kind of cool. Appearance. No scratch, rust stain, or outside surface area. Nameplate is clear. Warning tips are complete. Installation test. Apply 2,120 volts DC between DC input and AC output and earth. No arc and breakdown being detected. Leakage current less than 10 milliamps. Insulation resistance test. Apply 500 volts and insulation resistance. The result is qualified. Earth continuity test. The ground resistance of exposed conducts or components should be less than 0.1 ohm. Okay. Inverter keypad test. Inverter display test. Power on off. Overload protection. For the 120 volt AC model, load less than 125%, plus or minus 10%, report error, and turn off after 5 seconds. Bypass loading is normal. Bypass charge, AC input, full charge is normal. PV charge, PP input, rated voltage, full charge is normal. Inverter turn to bypass, inverter works at full load, and switching to bypass is normal. Bypass to turn inverter communications, RS485 communications is smooth and without interruption. Burn-in test. Operating temperature is 45 degrees Celsius plus or minus 5. 2 hours non-fault operation with full load. Reset to factory settings. Parameters are reset. And then you have a stamp here, QA. Passed on 8/23/21. And the guy bought this in 2022. So they give you this little piece here, and shows the inverter, gives you the dimensions, make sure solar inverter main power is turned off, wiring instructions. And these are really strange because they have the AC wiring in, and they do not give you a ground wire on the AC out, which I have not figured out why that is. But there's a ground for the in, and notice that on a lot of these, they have, which is nice, 2 connectors for the PV. It says AC output. It shows the ground here. I guess you're supposed to use the case ground. Make sure any circuit breakers are disconnected. Ensure the unit is in the off position. For PV to charge 24 volt battery banks, you will need a minimum PV voltage of 35 volts DC. Connection order. Connect your battery first, then solar panels. When everything is done, you need to press the on-off button. AC input, it shows ground, L, and N. So apparently live and neutral. And it says right here what it is. And it shows it here. And it says AC out, that shows live and neutral, and then right down below it shows a little ground thing. So that's cool. So the manual. So Not sure how well you guys can see this. You can see my green MPP solar in the background. So, like I said, I just opened this today, and I didn't actually pull it like all the way out of the box. Come off. Okay. Let's get that back in there. Man, this thing just hit me in the corner of my elbow with a sharp corner. Okay. See. The seat's actually, I think, maybe a little bit heavier than the MPP. Okay. Alright. So the packing tape right here. There's usually a pretty good indication that something's not been opened before. So let me bring this in a little closer, and we can see that it's pretty unlikely you'd be able to maybe peel it off and then hide the fact. Let's get that tape over. Maybe. I don't know. At any rate. So it's usually hard to mimic these things, so I was concerned. I mean, like, you know, I got a good deal on it, but I was concerned that maybe, you know, the guy had used it for about a year and had a problem, and you know, just decided he was gonna, you know, offload it as unused. But I mean, I cut this box open before I bought it, and there wasn't any tape on here, and this is the Amazon tape. I mean, it's pretty hard to fake this crap. So, now, I originally bought the MPP solar from Santan Solar, and then I had an issue with it. I wasn't happy with it, and I wanted to buy the lvp4 and then they gave me a hard time and said that because I was returning the green one and a reliable 3000 watt inverter, that they would no longer take a return from me, and that if I opened up the box for the 6548, that I was going to be stuck with it whether I liked it or not, no matter whether or not there was problems with it. And so I actually just said, you know what, give me my money back, take this other inverter. And so anyway, I went and bought that one for $500 from some other guy, and he said it was brand new, but it wasn't. So let's see here. So these are of great discussion, because I think most people agree that they're made by the Voltronic company, or SRNE. So we got so we get, I don't know how this could be 3000 volt amps and 3000 watts. Usually 3000 volt amps is 2.4 kW. Okay. But what I'm looking for is, doesn't say it. This one's different. This is not the same. Maximum open voltage is 100 volts. This isn't supposed to be 100 volts. This is supposed to be like 500, I thought. Yeah. So from what I read, yeah, no, these are supposed to handle 500 volts. but they actually only handle 100 volts according to the sticker on the side. And only a 40 amp charge controller. That's not very good. So here we have a 3000 watt with a maximum of 1.4, 60 amps. So max power 1600 watts. So what we have here is 1600 watts of max power and a 3000 watt rated inverter. So that means that you will never get more than 1.6 kW from solar. And if the inverter is putting out more than that, it's draining your batteries under load. That's actually not good. So that's not something that I'm excited about. Let's see here. We get a USB. RS485, whatever the hell that is, because usually it's called something else. We've got our dinky wires here. What are you gonna put through this? This is ridiculous. I wonder if maybe you can put those round connectors through here. Like, what kind of battery wire are you gonna put through here? I mean, like, I'm using gigantic battery wire, like 2 gauge. And for 24 volts, that's not really important, but I mean, look at this one, they barely fit through the hole. And then I've got all my PV, I've just connected it, but if you look at this, see, this says RS232, and then this other one has some other kind of goofy thing. But you see how there's a an earth ground for all of them. So I don't know if I'm going to actually end up using this. I probably should have left it just in the plastic and maybe sold it, because I don't think I'm going to use this unless I just slave out the inverter, which is a good possibility. So this is definitely not rated the same as the ones they're selling right now. I don't know what's up with that. I've seen one that had a switch on it there too. Switch brackets there. I don't think it has a... Okay, it does have the bottom one. So he always screw this down here. I don't know. So anyway, basically I got this, and then I got the 100 amp hour 24 volt, which I thought was a lifetime battery, but it's a ampere time, but I think it's the same deal because it looks the same. So I don't know if this is going to be any good for me or not. But I'm using this one to run all our window air conditioners, and then I've got a couple of extra 40 amp charge controllers in case I need more than the 80 amps that this one will handle. So this is kind of a bummer because this actually has half of the charge controller. I was under the impression that it was 450 volts, so I could do some strings, but I guess not. So anyway, I'll make another video, I think, for the battery, where I'll take a break and come back. Alright, so let's see what this thing says. Maybe it'll say something different. But I would be more inclined to go off of what it says on the side of the inverter than a printed manual that could be from a different time period. Okay. Warranty card. Manual. Important safety instructions. Some of these will say don't share the same battery with another charge controller. But I don't think we're going to use anything in here except for the inverter. Do not parallel this device with other AC input sources to avoid damage. Installation and wiring must comply with local and national NEC code. It must be done by a certified technician. Do not disassemble or attempt to repair the inverter. Do not parallel. Do not attempt to touch the unit while it's in operating, as temperatures will be very hot. Lovely. In addition, do not open the terminal cover when the unit is in operation. Make sure all connections going in and from the inverter are tight. There may be sparks when making connections, therefore make sure there are not flammable materials or gases near installation. Installing breakers or fuses outside of the unit is recommended. After installation, check all line connections are tight and secure. Do not let the positive and negative terminals of the battery touch each other. We got a spider on the floor over here. He's creeping around here. Get out of here. Go do something. Ain't no damn stinking spiders in here. It's too hot. Explosive battery gases, blah blah blah. Be careful when working with large lead acid batteries, or you might blow yourself up. Wear eye protection. Overcharging and excessive gas precipitation may damage the battery plates. Overcharging and excessive gas precipitation. Okay. Never heard of that one before. Precipitation. It's raining inside the battery. Too high of an equalizing charge or too long of one may cause damage. Please carefully review the specific requirements of the battery used in the system. Table of contents. Important safety instructions, general information, key features, battery charging modes, load output working modes, blah 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 blah. So anyway, what I want to know is the specs on this. Let's see what they say. Operation, charging parameters, technical specifications, page 32. Let's see. Right here. Battery type, lead acid or lithium. Maximum charging current. Sorry, my scanner's on. 40 amps charging current. That's a built-in charger. Charging voltage range, 20 to 33 volts DC. Short circuit protection, circuit breaker, and blown fuse. Circuit breaker specification, 40 amp. So this is already like I think the MPP will do like up to 140 amps, which isn't something I really would want to do anyway. But recommended PV max voltage, 100 volts DC. PV operating voltage, 30 to 100 volts. MPPT voltage range, 30 to 95. Maximum input power, 1400 watts. Maximum input current, 60 amps. Maximum output power, 1400 watts. Wiring protection, reverse polarity. FCC Part 15 Class B certification. Let's see. IP20 grade. 14.96 pounds. So anyways, the PV part of it is disappointing. Non-lithium battery parameters. User defined. Let's see. Lithium battery parameters. So 10 array lithium battery. I don't know what 10 array is. Lithium iron phosphate battery, LFO7. Lithium iron phosphate battery, LF08. Lithium iron phosphate battery, LF09. User defined. Okay, so it just lists the different things that it's going to charge at. I don't know what this LF7, 8, and 9 is. We'll have to look at my battery thing and see what it wants. I'm not going to go off of what this says. And like I said, I probably won't have to worry about it because I probably won't be using this for anything but the inverter. And funny is they didn't give the inverter specs in here. Okay. It said technical specifications were on page 32, but if you flip to page 31, that's the beginning of the technical specifications. So, rated input voltage 110, 120 volts AC. Input voltage range. Frequency range. God dang. Max bypass current load 40 amps. Inverter waveform pure sine wave. Rated output voltage amps 3000. Rated output watts 3000. Power factor 1. AC output voltage 120 volts. Efficiency 92% efficient. Overload protection 102% load. Let's see, less than 102% load, less than 110%, plus or minus. Report error and turn the output off after 5 minutes of 110% or 125%, plus or minus 10%. So I think it'll run at 102 to 110% load, but if you go over 110 to 125, after 5 minutes, it will shut itself down to protect itself. Load 125% plus or minus. Report error and turn off output. Peak power 4500 voltage amps. So rated power 3000. Not a very big surge. Motor capability 2 horsepower. Output short circuit protection, breaker, bypass breaker 40 amps. Rated battery voltage 24 volts, minimum starting voltage 22. Power saving mode self-consumption equal to or less than 50 watts. No load self-consumption 48 watts. So it claims it'll do 3 kW, but that it will only do 1.4 kW input. So this is really kind of too many corners cut on all that. So anyway, I do believe the new ones have a different rating. So anyway, I'm done with this video for now. I will post up a video later on for you guys on the battery that's down here. The amper time, lifetime, or whatever. So thanks for watching.